I took retirement last year, having been 30 years in the classroom as a director of a school, comprehensive school in Bristol. I never saw myself as finishing work completely then, and so I did one or two jobs in the education field after teaching. Now my wife and I are both fully retired in 2004. We've still wanted to do something to keep ourselves busy, to you know, give ourselves some sense of fulfillment. And so VSO seemed to be the ideal thing for somebody of our age and our experience. My role is to improve the quality of teaching and learning here at the training college and in schools surrounding Takayao. I've always been interested in teacher training, and one of the big requirements of the job I've been doing is to monitor and observe teacher trainers working in the classroom and giving them feedback, and that's the sort of thing which I've found always very fulfilling and rewarding. Here at the training college we're working with 40 to 50 trainers who are experienced teachers who've already been in schools and sought now jobs in a teacher training capacity.
So that's good.
We've just recently done a Khmer teachers workshop. These have been quite successful. What I've been trying to work towards is getting the trainers themselves to deliver the sessions, and we invite groups of teachers from surrounding secondary schools.
We have around 60 or 70 students in the class, so it's really difficult for the teacher to ring the table.
So the aim really is for the trainers here to see themselves as not only teaching pre-service education to our students, but also be getting involved in in-service training of actually serving teachers. Teachers are not valued high enough in society in Cambodia. I think hopefully this is changing, but when I talk to the students here at the training college, they've set themselves a very high set of ideals. I ask them, why do you want to be a teacher? And they say, well, because I want to help my country. And I feel this is so inspiring that if they could go out into the schools and bring on the next generation of young Cambodians. There is a great respect for age and seniority here in Cambodia. Their advice is listened to and followed. And I think that this is probably quite refreshing when coming from the UK, where after 30-odd years in the teaching profession, it was quite difficult to find somewhere that was prepared to you know, respect the skills and experience that we'd built up over those years. It is one of the best decisions that we made in our lives, really. We always said that at some stage we'd like to go back to a developing country, and it was the job that we've been doing has really fulfilled all the things that we wanted to do at this stage in our career.
Ethiopia is an emerging democracy. This government, I think, is determined that it will create a more modern society, and that requires a lot of decentralization. The universities are going to be given a large amount of autonomy. I think that the government is quite rightly determined to both expand its higher education institution, because you only have less than 1% of the population educated, so they need people like us, I think, to help to develop some basic capacity. I find the workshops that we do very personally rewarding. They're good fun to do, and we learn a lot about what it's like to be a lecturer rather than a politician.
Because in the UK, universities are engines for economic regeneration. So
they're so desperate to learn, but not just for personal advancement. They're desperate to learn so that they can make their contribution.
Where they are taught how to do a business plan, how to understand cash flow.
What we were trying to do there was to model the sort of discussions that people should be having in their groups of staff, in their departments and so on. So each of these tasks could be a morning of staff development where people were actually talking about what employers might want and thinking about quality processes in a way that's more than about what knowledge they should impart.
Thinking about quality and working about quality might help the college achieve its major goal of providing quality education and of providing competent citizens that might contribute significantly to the country and in the meantime raise the falling standard of the country as a whole.
It's much more senior people that are going to increasingly come to places like Ethiopia to make a fundamental change and then come back as very expert